Greetings and salutations, this is Jason Silverain, and it's my pleasure to once more return to Crusader Kings III. We are going to be doing Prince of Darkness with a few additional mods. Now, this is one of the best third-party mods for Crusader Kings III, I'd say. It's absolutely fantastic how much detail they've gone into the vampires, all the different religions, focusing on the various ways of life for the vampires, the way the clans work, new bloodlines, and such a new way of playing since you are essentially an immortal. I have found a few bugs in my previous playthroughs and I have reported them to the Discord, so thank you very much to the mods who were helping me out there. Whether or not they'll turn up again, I do not know. Last time the Inquisition were pretty much spawning constantly, even though I wiped them out, and turning my own vassals and ghouls against me. Something that eventually became a small problem that snowballed into a bigger one where I just couldn't stop it, and my whole realm disintegrated. Now, I've played the Knightly King. It's quite fun being a noble vampire, but it does really kind of trap you from doing some of the more dastardly horrible things. But it does affect what buildings you can even have. So, I've been looking at a new way to play, and I think I am going to try and walk the middle road. I have yet to decide where I'm going to be setting up, and part of me was tempted to go into Africa and be an absolute monstrous vampire, because it would be quite fun, but at the same time, you can't uphold the masquerade very easily, and I'd be spending a lot of my time expending resources on that, which isn't great. But the playthrough I'm planning on going through, it will be a slightly dangerous one, as I think the clan I'm aiming for cannot be anywhere below suspicious in the masquerade. There's different levels of it, so there's like, you've been revealed, no one knows you're a vampire, people have suspicions, people are pretty certain but have no evidence, so we'll see where it goes. I will quickly go create a character and set things up, and I will see you in a moment. Now, I was going to skip straight to the action, but this is something I wanted to go over quite quickly. There are 3 different starting points that we can start at. Now, I'll be going for the 1231 because the older a vampire is, the more powerful they are. I mean, we could go for the patron wars, but we'd be struggling. We'll have to definitely eat people older than us, and that's dangerous. I'm thinking of starting in Florence or Italy area, or maybe Venice. I mean, I would actually say Sardinia is a great starting point for a custom character. I did amazingly well there. Took over Sardinia, took over huge chunks of this area, and spread all the way across the Mediterranean. It was great fun. But yes, we're in the Dark Ages. The War of Princes is a period of conflict in Canaanite history that begins shortly after the fall of Constantinople to the Fourth Crusade in 1204. Yes, this is where Constantinople, which was the, well, capital of vampire culture, has fallen, and now everyone is essentially carving out their own kingdoms. Now, the patron war is kind of modelled after their own patrons' wishes, and this is quite fun and silly, and this is actually quite good if you just want a handful of vampires to fight against, and if you feel like playing human, there's also Inquisition. These are hard. I'm very tempted to do a playthrough of this later. I have not tried playing human in this setting yet. Now, another thing I want to quickly mention is that they are working on other supernatural races, so eventually we'll have werewolves and mages. Again, all things I may have to check out. But I've waffled on too long, we should get going. Back again. Now I have found something very strange. First of all, I seem to be in debug mode. I don't really know about why that is, but I've been trying to create a character to start here. I thought it'd be a nice little challenge sandwich between Lombardy and Savoy, that I could take this and make my own dukedom. However, every character I create here becomes a member of the Inquisition in the custom rules, and it's been driving me mad. I thought it was just a misclick or something, And about 5 rulers later, as I've been swapping back and forth, it seems that no matter what happens, you will always have a member of the Inquisition here. And welcome back. For you it's just been a moment. For me it's been 3 hours of bug fixing. Now, as these things tend to be, it was one of the other mods interfering with this, so I've disabled a couple of the more unusual ones, but fingers crossed we'll still have some fun. Now, welcome to Prince of Darkness. These 2 bars are going to be very important. This is Masquerade. We want that to be full because it means people don't know you're a vampire. And this is your blood, which you also want to be full because the more hungry you get, the more close to frenzy you approach. And frenzy's bad. Your vampire goes a bit crazy. Now we are Count Silvano. I have abandoned trying to take over this little area because I was having all kinds of issues. I'm now over here in the corner, and I will go into that a bit more detail. I have discovered that of the religion I've chosen, which was not my first pick, but it was fitting for the area, marriage is actually illegal. Or you're not allowed. So the fact I've got a spouse may or may not cause me problems. Also, my spouse has changed religion again. This is one of the things I kept having. It's just religions kept changing. I've also given myself some children because I do hope to actually wipe my supernatural traits, because I found what the fix was to just make myself a vampire right away. And I'm going to regenerate, and we're going to see what type of vampire we're going to end up as. Now, we are 70, which is quite old, yes. But vampires are immortal, so we might as well go for all those character creation points we can. And I've stuck to 400. Same for my wife, who has randomly become a vampire. Okay, that was not part of my selection. This has just been dumped on her. So, she's a Ventru. Well, that's going to be a pain. She has Dominate, Fortitude, and Presence. All not bad. It's all kind of good. And she's pretty simple. She's going to be my Spy Master, Elusive Shadow, Calm, which is a virtue for most of our types. Shrewd, and I am pretty much the same. Oh, she's also a Scholar. I guess that's one of the random things that's been granted to her, along with the religion change. So she's been changed to one of the types of vampires that try to mimic humans and stay more human in order to keep down the beast. And the beast is essentially a malefic entity within a vampire. It's the vicious urges that just turns you into a ravening monster that makes you want blood, and you just want to kill and drink and do whatever you want. On the other hand, I'm following the Road of Bones, which I'm going to be basically a researcher, a scholar. We are trying to discover how to keep the beast at bay. So that's quite fun, and in canon these guys are usually necromancers, which is also quite fun. I've also been granted these traits. I apparently have Duelist for no good reason. I have absolutely no idea why it gave me this. And we can also make magic artifacts. Now, to make things a bit more fair, when I was picking my perks, I did go down this tree so I can buy that legitimately. It's going to be a bit of a pain. I could have got it right away, but I do kind of like this one to make wards a bit better. Now, the other thing I got was 8 martial perks. Don't know why. I think it's just to age, and it decided to shove them all in here. So we've gone all the way down the Overseer tree. This gives us lots of dread, lots of bonuses to building up control, which is going to be very handy. Hopefully we'll get Overseer, and that will be nice, because that increases our stewardship and control bonuses. This makes us a bit more defensible as well. I am going to be the power behind the throne. The other thing we'll be looking at through this little campaign is going to be the various types of magic which the vampires can have. Now, we'll discover which one I can have when we redo our traits. And one of the reasons I chose kids is because I want the vampire type that feed on family members. So this should be fun. So let's go to character generator. With this series of events, you can customize your character to the world of darkness, remove all your existing supernatural traits. That's fair, that will keep everything fine. And I do like the fact that this keeps, warns you, you're gonna do this. So, we could be a hunter. We don't really want to do that. We could be a revenant, which is a ghoul, which is, independent ghoul. And we can be a vampire. We're going to be a vampire. Now, who's the creation of vampires? Okay. We don't want Setite. We don't want Gangrel. We don't want the gypsies. We want to know where the vampires come from. That converts us to lots and lots of religions. Now, I could choose my lineage on my own, but let's just go for, as it was written in the Book of Nod, Cain was cursed by God. Or Enoch the Wise. Alright. Ventru, Toreador. Toreador are actually seduction-based vampires. I've tried them before, and I wasn't keen. I've not seen that nature of vampires. Alright, maybe my clan is not of them? Strong. Yes, that's the one I was after. I think it's this one. There is another clan. I think this is the clan that comes before the previous ones. Oh, this is... interesting. 2 living members. Well, I'm already in their area, so... So, I could make a... Ooh. 7th generation. I think 7th generation is pretty low down the totem pole. What generation of vampire are you, sir? That would help my selection. It doesn't say. He's a legendary vampire. Wow. Okay. Being the child of my liege might be very handy. Will this make me a 6th, 7th or 8th generation? Oh. And sorry to go into thought about this. The higher generation you are, the weaker you get. So a 5th generation vampire is insanely powerful. And it's the highest you can sort of start out, get to, I believe. A 7th generation is like 2 steps down from that. I've never been in a cadet house before, which would be kind of cool. I could become the head of the house. Now, he does already have 3 kids. And he's not that great a ruler. I will be completely honest. You know what? But he's going to be the guy who made us. So what do we want? Do we want... Gain the trait necromancy. Yes, I want necromancy no matter what. Dominate, fortitude. Aspects of fortune. That one's really good for stopping people from murdering you. Fortitude makes you stronger. Dominate, my wife can teach me. Blood potency. Blood potency 4! Yes! Wow, I have never been this high. Masquerade, my supernatural nature is hidden. Alright. Yeah, creating more vampires and ghouls does make it easier for people to find you. So we are exposure 0. We are hidden. The hunger. I am hungry. Yes. I love how much it explains about the setting, though. Yes, vampires are only fully sated by draining a human to death. Killing humans, however, erodes a vampire's humanity, making them more susceptible to the temptations of the beast. To succumb to the beast, become a wight, a creature solely driven by their unquenchable thirst for blood. Now. Yeah, I'd like to keep my current path, please. Get the extra piety. Oh, yeah. This would be very tempting. A vampire that leeches off other vampires. And it would get me another skill. That is great if you want to be a duelist, but I'm not going for a duelist character, so we're going to go humans. Knowledge or violence? I will use knowledge. Okay. Man of the local... Alright, so we eat people of the court. I've tried that one before. It's okay. I mean, it's quite handy to be able to conceal people in the... conceal oneself. Blood sorcery. Through quack medicine. What? I have never seen this before. Grave robber. Intrigue goes up by what? I eat the dead? But it gives me XP. And is that the insane? Oh. I wanted the family members. I think I need seduction for that, but I don't have a high enough score. I think I have a different approach. Violence? The weak. Nah. We're going to go back to knowledge. XP for my current abilities. More intrigue. My intrigue is 16. That's not bad. That would knock it up to 18. No, sorry, not 18. What am I doing? What's with my maths? It will knock that up to 19. I do like the idea of having blood sorcery, though. That's something I don't normally get to have, though it's a lot of traits I will have to level up. Oh, goodness me. I'm going to go Grave Robber. I don't... The extra intrigue is just too good to pass up. And are we done? I mean, I've got no clue how this works, because normally you'd have people in your court, and you'd make a herd of people. And you'd have this collection of people that you'd feed upon. But how do I feed upon the dead? Okay. Mortal medieval Italy is a divided state, and Italy by night is a powder keg. Powerful vampires scramble for the most populous cities of Europe. To the north, the Ventru Cardinal. You know, basically Milan. Okay, strong grasp on the Italian church. Oh, dear me. And we, our clan, are masters of the sea, spanning trade empires. A long time will tell if they focus on Italy as proper or in the east, like their parent clan. In Sicily, the clan capital of Lasamara? I don't know. It's guarded by the faithful. Civil wars. Okay, it's essentially all roads lead to Rome, and we're going to try and unite Italy. Now, my first goals are taking over this dukedom. It's going to be tough because I'm a county versus a dukedom. Alternatively, hit Venice. Venice doesn't have any allies yet, so grabbing Venice early will be really good. I was considering starting down here, but the Sea of Shadows are probably going to take that over, and the various islands, pretty weak. This is why I like Sicily. Sicily is a very good starting point. Everyone's relatively independent. You can take it all over and become the Kingdom of Sardinia. So, let's go back to myself. See what we've got. So now our intrigue is... Oh, our learning's gone up to 30. Our intrigue is 19. Stewardship We need one more, really, to increase our domain limit by another one. Everything else is sort of okay. My religion has changed the feckin' again. Well, that's annoying. I'm going to sort this out and get my path back onto actually doing the religion I wanted to. I mean, I could stay as this. I mean, it would put me at odds with other people. Oh, pacifism. Ugh. Every time I remain at peace, though, I get better. We don't convert easily. I don't like it. We are going to convert to our ruler's religion if I can. This is, again, very annoying because this is not what I intended. Alternatively, I go through all that again very quickly and I get that sorted out because I did actually save just in case. But I'll be right with you.